Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Nora and welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's the first time to view my channel, you're most welcome. Kindly please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to turn on the notification. Every time that I upload the new videos, you'll be notified. So guys, today I want to talk about something that I did for myself and something that I don't regret doing as a girl, and I'm so proud of that. However much I never reached where I wanted to be, but at least I know I did it. So I secretly registered myself back to school without telling my family members. So how I did this, I was actually, by then I had enough money to my account. So it's so crazy. So I told myself, Nora, I've always wanted to study something, to have something in my mind that at least I know, because I remember one day my boss, my first boss that I call my uncle, told me, Nora, what do you have in your mind? What can you say that this is what I've learned, or what are you good at? So I told myself, what am I really good at? Am I good at something? What do I have in mind, like something that I can create? So I told myself, you know what, I should go back to school. So when I registered myself to school, at first I looked at the budget. It was so expensive. I was like, oh my god, will I manage this institute? It's so expensive. But deep down in me, I never saw that as expensive. I did not see like on a cost. I did not care. All I cared about is me going back to school and doing what I wanted to do. So I decided to go back to school and do it. So I registered myself, I filled the form, I paid the money in the bank. I did not tell my sister anything. I kept it as a secret, but I told myself one day I will be able to tell her this. So I started working. Before going to school, I had to ask my boss for permission. So I went to my boss. I remember everyone at my workplace, they were like, boss is not going to allow that. She will not. Deep down in me, I prayed and I fasted for that. I just asked God for a favor, to give me a favor in front of my boss. And God really granted me for that, with that. Sometimes when you want something, you really have to believe in things that you want and put it deep down in your soul here and say, you can do it, I can do it. When I got the chance, my boss was like, yeah, and she was like, yeah, it's okay. So she told me, when is your class, when does your class end? I told him my class ends at 12 midday. He was like, wow, that's the exactly time you come at work. At what time do you come to work? I told him I come here at 12:30. So he told me, can you manage? Will you be able to reach it to work in time? I was like, yeah. You know that I'm a timekeeper. Yeah, the reason why my boss really, I think he granted me that wish, because I'm a timekeeper. I always like keeping time, working, doing things on time. So I was like, okay, you can go to back to school and study. So I was so happy about that, and I started studying. My first semester, I was in the second semester. I paid my tuition for 2 semesters. So because I didn't know, by the time, the reason I paid for 2 semesters, because by the time when the third semester reaches, when I've already saved enough for the third semester. So everything went well with studying. One day my sister fellow, she bumped into my school list. So I had this big list where everything that they ask from school, you buy everything they ask. So I've stamped that in my room, in my wall. So everything that I bought, I mark. Everything that I bought, I cross check. So my sister one day, she came to me. She was like, Nora, do you have something to tell me? I was like, what do I need to tell you? Do I owe you anything? She was like, no, but do you have something to tell me? Are you hiding something from me? I told her, no, I'm not hiding anything from you. The only thing I'm hiding from you is that, yes, I decided to go back to school and without telling you. And the reason why I decided not to tell you anything is because I knew that you talk talk me out of it. She told me, Nora, how can you think about it? I told her, yes, I know who you are, and I can always. My sister and I were like, ever since we grew up, like, sometimes you can read. If you've grown up with someone and you know them, you can know how they think and what comes out of their mouth, and you know what they can be, like what they'll say. So, not being rude to her, I told her that. So she was like, so who is paying this tuition? How are you managing everything? I told her, I'm the one paying my tuition, my dear. So my sister was like, how much is your tuition? I told her, it's 700 Ugandan shillings. She was like, no, what? So she told me, how about the second year? How much are you guys paying? I told her, it's 900. She was like, Nora, are you out of your mind? How will be able to pay that? So in the moment she just started telling me these things. We have to support mom. Nora, we've been doing this. We agree that you have to support mom with half of your salary. Remember, I'm the one paying for my daughter. And you also have to support me on the other side, helping mom out. I was like, yes, I know. I promised that. And I'm doing everything to see that I managed to do that. And I managed to fulfill my promises to mom. So she started arguing, tell me this. So while arguing with her, I told her this for a minute. Everything, mom. I told her it's time for me also to do something that I want for myself. I told her, yes, I know. Mom is also my responsibilities and I have to offer a little that I have to her. But I have to give myself also something. I told her, this is what I want. Why can't you be happy for me? Why can't you just support me for once and accept the decision that I make in my life? I told her, stop being a decision maker in my life. I can also make decision for my life. I'm a grown-up person now. Let me do something that I want to do. So she went on telling me about people, how they lost their jobs, how they don't have enough supports in their lives. I told her, you see, you always talk about other people's problem. So I told her, please, we're not the same. They are they. We are we. We don't have the same problem. We don't have the same things going into our lives. If they are having their problem issue about money, it doesn't mean that we all have the same hand or we all have the same motivations. If they are having difficulties in that time, it doesn't mean that I'm not also facing my own challenges. I have my own challenges, but it doesn't mean that I should start bragging about other people's problem and put it in my life and telling myself, talking myself out of things that I want. Oh man, we ended up arguing and well, she threw me out of the house. When she threw me out of the house, I called my friend. I told him, can I come and stay with you? My friend told me, no, my girlfriend is here with me and you can't come over. I was so stuck and not having anywhere to go. I decided to call my ex and I told him, can I come over? Yeah, he allowed me to go to stay there, but we had to make an agreement. Rules, no kissing, no touching, no doing one, no going through each other's stuffs, respecting each other's privacy. So everything was on that. But in my mind here, the only thing was in my mind, I wanted to go to school. I did not care how my boyfriend, my ex thinks, how my sister thinks. The only thing which was in my mind, it was at least Nora, I know I'm back to school and I now have a job. Luckily, while I was in my school in my second year, in my second semester, I was really lucky with these friends that I'll meet and making new friends with the customers. I remember every time the customers will come, I'm not just bragging this about myself, but people always like me. Every time I found favor in front of people. So I met this customer who used to work in the American embassy. He was a black American guy. but not black skin like we Ugandans. He was, you know how black Americans they look, they're mixed blood, white and black. So this guy was a bit older. So he told me, Nora, what you do? I told him I work as a waitress. He was like, I mean, do you have any other thing that you do for a living? I told him, no, I'm a student. He asked me, what do you do? What course are you doing? I told him fashion and design. He told me, but in Uganda, most of people are not into fashion. They're into other things, technology, nursing. I told him no. And other courses, I told him no. Me, I just want to do it different. I don't want to do what others do. I just want to be different from others. So he told me, you know what, Nora, I'm really going to help you out with half of your tuition. I was like, what? So this guy helped me out, and I remember at work, people started calling me a gold digger, and they started calling me, telling me that that guy is my sugar daddy. But I did not mind about that. All I wanted is me being where I wanted to be. All I wanted, and all I'll tell myself, I don't care what people say about me. People are people, they will always talk. And I remember my mom also telling me people will always say nonsense, and people will always talk, and everything that they lay their hands on. So when I started really getting this another allowance from this guy, I had enough to support my mom and to also support myself as a girl. I did not have anything like I would say daily. Maybe I have a boyfriend who is giving me money. No, I was single by then, and up to now actually I'm still single. So I used the little that I had to support myself, to give myself everything that I needed in my life, everything that I wanted in my life. So I did not care what people call me. I did not care what my workmates call me or tell me. Because I remember sometimes they'll make fun of me. They were like, oh, your sugar daddy is here. Sometimes I remember this guy who invited me to go on the tour with him. Yes, he took me for a tour. I remember one time he paid my 2-month tour. I stayed out of work for 2 months. No one knew that. They knew that I told my boss I had some problems at home, but I've always wanted to travel. One of the most beautiful things that I've always wanted to do is to travel. Since I was a kid, I've always loved to travel. So it's also grown in my spirit. So this guy asked me about things that I've always wanted to do. I told him my story, and sometimes I think that maybe he felt bad for me. But to me, I was always grateful for what he did for me, and I managed to go on a tour, like traveling into other countries, into Africa, into other countries that I've never thought that I will ever be there, because going to other East African countries is so easy for me, who comes from an East country. So it was so easy for me to cross border to border to travel. So I'll go on a vacation like that and stay there because everything was being paid. This guy never asked anything for me, and I was so grateful for that, and I will always be grateful to this guy. I don't know his name. He never told me his name. He just told me, just call me Mr. Kind. That's what he told me. Or call me Mr. Nobody. So I told him maybe I would just call you Mr. Nobody. And he liked it. I was like, yeah, I like it when you call me Nobody. So I call him every time Mr. Nobody. But I did not want to call him on his cell phone. I never called him on his cell phone. Whenever I had something, maybe budgets from school, I would not call him. So he asked me, Nora, why didn't you tell me that you needed something like this? I told him it was quite really like a shame to ask someone when someone offers you to help you, and you call them at that time, hey, I need this, hey, I need this, a school that asks us for this. And so he will come to my workplace every time to ask me what in school, what did I want? What are items? Tell me how much money would you need for the item? So I'll be like 50,000. He was like, no, the course that you're doing, it doesn't match into 50,000. I don't know where he used to get all these kind of ideas. So he was like, Nora, I know it's quite really expensive, the things that you want, the materials that you want. So I told him, he told me I went to your school and I saw the curriculum. I don't know how they call it, it's called curriculum, or yeah, like that. So he told me I saw everything, the items, they were so expensive. So I know you really need money, and I know when someone sees me helping you out, they think maybe I want something from you, but I'm just doing this because you seem to be a good girl. And really, thank you so much, Mr. Nobody, wherever you are. I hope one day we'll meet again, and just me saying thank you to you. One thing that I've realized in my life is that you should never give up on yourself. However much people say bad things about you, however much people say things that will make you look down on yourself, they are not you. You were not created in the same. Yes, I know God created us in the same image, but we all have body, blood running through our veins, but we don't have the same talents. We don't have the same faith. So in my life, I realized that I shouldn't listen to what people say about me. I'm me, and I always have to, if I want to reach my destiny, I should not look on what people think about me. I should look on what I want. And when you want something, you shouldn't look how big that problem is. Look at that problem as a small issue, because sometimes it's like when you want to climb a hill, you don't know, you're riding a bicycle, maybe you're running. I used to jog, and there's this hill, a little bit of hill. It was quite really long. So I used to ask myself, Nora, how will I climb this? So every time that I will go to this place for a jog, I'll put headsets into my ears, and at first I'll be like, oh man, here we go, I'm just going to walk over this hill. But there is one day I ran, I did not even know how I reached on top of the hill. When I looked down, and I was like, oh my God, how did I reach here? So sometimes you should not look on how big the problem is or how the situation is. Just focus on how will you reach there. And by believing in yourself, I know you can do it. So guys, don't ever lose hope. I make these videos for all girls out there who don't think they can't do anything. You can do it. And I know there are some of you who do the same thing that I did. You managed to go back to school while supporting your family. And I'm so grateful for that. If you're one of those girls, may the Lord bless your soul, and may you achieve all that your heart desires for. Yes, I know we have to take care of our family. We have to be there for them. But sometimes we also have to give something to ourselves. I'm not being rude to my family, but sometimes I always tell them, me to become a person that I want to be, I have to do all it takes me to do. I should not always listen to you guys that this telling me, talking me out of my dreams. No. It is me in my heart up deep here. Put it in your spirit, something that you want to do. Don't be a quitter. Be someone who goes for something that they want. Okay? Girls who are out there, if you're a guy and you're watching this video, believe in me. Never give up on yourself. Never look on how or how you raised, or where you come from, or in your family no one is educated. Tell yourself, if in my family no one has ever made it, I will make it, and I will go there. I will reach to my destination. I will become that all I was created to be. If you put that in your spirit, and if you believe, talk like it's gonna happen. Talk like talk like you're ready there. Let me tell you something. Many people volunteered to help me through this. I reached a time when I met another guy who did not want only to help me, but he wanted something else, but I had to say no to that. Because I don't want someone to help me by me giving myself to them. No. Yes, I know there are some girls out there who are being helped by being helped. They're being this, giving something little to this guy. Like, I mean, when a guy is is the one educating you, and they want, those older guys, they become your sugar daddy. But me, Mr. Nobody wasn't my sugar daddy. But when this other guy also came, when he wanted to offer me a help, but he wanted just something more than that I can give. Let me tell you, this is what I told this guy. I told him, you know what, you're older than me, you're my father or my grandfather, but let me tell you one thing, I will make it. I don't need you, I don't need your help. Older men like you don't respect yourself. I don't know why you think that young girl like us, we always run after your money. Not all of us are after your money. Some of us, we know what we want, yes, and I want you to be that girl who knows what you want. Guys, if this message has been helpful to you, let me know in the comment section below. I remain as Nora, and I always talk about things that happen in our lives, and other girls also there who became a teenage mother at a young age. Let me know in the comment section below. Please like this video and share it with your friends, and don't forget to click that bell to turn on the notification, and don't forget also to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a wonderful day. Let's all stay safe, and I will always say this: thank you to each and everyone who's giving out through this coronavirus season that we're going through. Thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. So love you guys.